Welcome to the Empire Boxing Breakdown. My name is Dan Norman, and today we're going to talk about the fight between Sebastian Fundora and Cordell Booker. Alright, so this is going to be a really interesting match as Sebastian Fundora is 6'6" tall. It's really hard to fight guys that are that tall and they have 10 inches of height or reach on you. It's hard to get on the inside. Now, the one thing that Booker has going for him is that they're both southpaw, because typically when you have a southpaw facing an orthodox boxer, you have both of their lead foot kind of banging into each other, and it creates a little bit more distance and separation, so that would probably favor the fighter that's taller with a longer reach. Luckily, that's not going to be the case for Booker because he's a southpaw boxer as well, so therefore he's going to have an ability to try and get on the inside without running into the lead foot of Sebastian Fundora. So what does Sebastian Fundora have to do to be successful in this fight? Well, the obvious thing is his height and reach. He has to utilize that. He has to keep Booker at the end of his punches. And in order for your height and reach to be a weapon, you have to be disciplined and use it. So he's going to have to do what he did against Tim Tszyu, which was utilize that boxing ability on the outside, keep that jab in his face and that straight left all night long, because that's going to constantly disrupt Booker's momentum and his ability to think. I also think that Fundora should fight at a very high pace because he has a really good gas tank. He should keep the punches coming, and it also makes it very difficult for Booker to try and slip and get on the inside. So if he's constantly facing punches and being kept on the outside, it's going to be a long night for him. Fundora should also make it a priority to move to his left throughout the fight as a strategy. I mean, he can come in and out, side to side. He can go to his right sometimes, but overall, I think the strategy should be him moving to his left so that he's angling off away from the power punch of Booker. Last but not least, he has to keep his hands up and his chin down when he pulls out of the break, because he's one fight removed from receiving that devastating knockout where he had his hands down and his chin in the air. So what does Booker have to do? He has to move his head side to side, create a lot of feints, change levels, and he has to find the opportunities to get on the inside. He can't fight in the mid-range or else he's going to eat a lot of punches, so he has to be all the way out or all the way in. And I think that when Sebastian does throw punches, he needs to roll, counter, catch, and shoot so that he catches them at surprising times. Now, just like I said earlier, Fundora has to keep his hands up and his chin down when he pulls out of the break. But on the other side, Booker has to try and catch him in those moments, because Fundora does have a habit of dropping his hands and keeping his chin in the air when he's pulling out. So my final prediction, I have to go with Fundora. I think that he's going to stop him in the later rounds by TKO, especially if he comes with a high volume of punches. I think eventually he'll be able to break him down. Now, Booker is a massive underdog. However, he does have a good opportunity in this fight because Fundora is one fight removed from being knocked out in a brutal manner. So you can never count the opponent out, but in this fight, I got to go with Fundora. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Empire Boxing Productions. We'll see you next time.